Joining us here on the show is Gabe Carimi. Gabe, good morning.
Hey, DA. Good morning. How you doing?
I'm doing great, my man. How you doing?
Oh, man, couldn't be better. Really couldn't be.
When you're watching the Tennessee Titans just do work in the playoffs and you're just seeing big old Derrick Henry run behind a bunch of big old offensive linemen, them shove it down defenses' throats, do you hearken back to a simpler time, your years as an offensive lineman, certainly at Wisconsin, when you guys did the same thing?
Yeah, we kind of, set the standard in the NCAA for running the ball, for sure. And watching the Tennessee Titans, that's exactly what they're doing. And I think that's a different maker between them and the Texans, was they were able to lean on that run game and really command that. And when they were ahead, they were able to stay ahead.
It is such a disheartening thing for defenses when they have a lead, and you know that you've got to stand in front of a freight train like Derrick Henry, and it's cold, and it's miserable, and you got to do it. It just wears down these defenders. Do you see that as you're watching these games with the Titans unfold?
Yeah, I definitely do. But, I don't know if it's a little bit of luck on their side. They definitely had a really good field position, a particular part in the beginning of the football game. And I don't know if the luck's going to run out here coming, down here to Kansas City. But, I really am rooting for them. I love the story that's going behind these guys. I love the run game. And, I'm going to be rooting for them. I got some family down in Tennessee that I know they're very excited about seeing their Titans there.
What is it like from an offensive lineman standpoint to know that the game plan is we're just going to shove it down the opponent's throats running the football? I mean, when you were at Wisconsin, you had Monty Ball, and Wisconsin obviously for years has been this way. Run the football, we're just going to punish opponents. As an offensive lineman, I've heard offensive linemen say, I love that. Did you love that?
Oh, yeah. When they didn't have an answer for it, when you were gaining 4+ yards a game, you're like, why even throw the ball? And I remember a time at Michigan where we came out the second half and we ran the ball 100% of the time against Michigan. And even on 4th and 6, we were running the ball and still getting conversion rates on that. I mean, it was just it was probably my favorite run game I've ever was able to be a part of, and with Coach Chris there. But, yeah, we had Monty Ball. We had John Clay. We had James White. We just had a trio of running backs. In, my senior year, we came out. We were 4 yards. Monty Ball is 4 yards short from having 3 1,000-yard rushers. It was just it really is something that, linemen don't get a lot of praise. You only see them when they do bad things. But when you can put hang your hat at the end of the game and see that, you had a really high rushing yards for your running back and you had low sacks for your quarterback, that's where you hang out as a unit and you feel like, yeah, you accomplished something good that day.
Yeah, Gabe Carimi joining us this morning here on the show. That's the ground game is working when you run on 4th and 6. When you are deciding to run a 4th and 6, it is working. On the flip side, from the NFC standpoint, Kyle Shanahan and the San Francisco 49ers, they run the football a lot, and they ran the football really effectively last weekend against the Vikings, but they do so in really creative ways. There's some elements of the old Mike Shanahan, ways of running the football as well. What do you see in terms of the creativity of how the Niners get it done?
I think you have to. You can't just run the ball down the throat all the time. You have to be able to get some pin pulls in there. Pulling linemen is always a good way to do that. We did that a lot at Wisconsin, and it's very unique, this offense they're setting up there, and it's fun to be a part of something that's creative like that. And you kind of you like both sides. You love watching it, obviously. So it's fun as an offensive lineman seeing all these great schemes being played.
How about coming back from down 24-0? The Kansas City Chiefs obviously find themselves down in a huge hole. And it was like that wasn't even that tough. They came back in a quarter to tie that up. Is it amazing for you to watch an offense like that be that prolific in that short amount of time?
It's really something else. And I don't, they want to talk about going for it and, not pulling the team back out and kicking the field goal and obviously the botched faked punt. But I think those are both, in my opinion, I like and respect both those calls. So it is just crazy to let a team like the Kansas City Chiefs, that they are that potent on offense. It's just miraculous. And you just think back and you're just, man, can't believe that the Texans had such a firm grip on them and it just slipped out of it. And you're like, before you know it, they're right back in it and then winning the game by, they were at 51. It was just crazy.
So
crazy ending.
You liked the decision by Bill O'Brien to go for it on 4th down to the fake punt.
I think it was the right one. It was a foot race. I think, most times that play worked. It was a foot race between him and the linebacker, and he should have had, a good chunk of field that I feel like he just should have been able to get it, and it just didn't work out. I don't know. So it looked, when you draw it up and you look up the play and you rewind it, that play works more times than not.
It's a tremendous tackle by Dan Sorensen in the open field to make sure that was held back and didn't get a first down.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. Obviously, when you don't have success, you question the call. But imagine he does have success there, and he kills the Chief momentum to start swinging the other way. I mean, it would be huge.
Gabe, Carimi joins us this morning here on the show. Standout offensive lineman at Wisconsin, former first-round pick of the Chicago Bears as well. And you have now delved into the snack game. And I had a chance to pick up a pack of Strive, and that is your brand. And it's kind of an alternative to beef jerky, which you don't realize that if you eat beef jerky, there's actually a lot of sugar in beef jerky, and there's actually a lot of carbs in beef jerky. You think it's just protein, but there's not. There's other stuff in there. There's additives. And with Strive, you guys are doing something different, and this is because it's biltong, and a lot of people don't know what that is. So what exactly is biltong?
I started this company right when I retired. I got into active lifestyle. I was an offensive lineman when I was playing, obviously. I was 330. I had dropped 70 pounds, and I cut out snacking basically completely because I started flipping over the label, which I never did beforehand. And I found biltong here, and what biltong is just a different processing word. So there's jerky, prosciutto. You can think of all these ways how to preserve meat. And biltong is South African, and it's air-dried versus cooked. So we take top selection of top rounds. We coat it in vinegar. We air-dry it in a room about 70 degrees for about 7 to 10 days. It shrinks in weight and size. All the water is kind of taken out of it, and then you slice it thin, much like prosciutto, and you serve it. And it's an unbelievably healthy treat that has no sugar, about 50% more protein than jerky, and absolutely no nitrates. Whereas jerky will claim no nitrates, they will use celery salt, and that is exactly a nitrate that, unless you're planning 1,000 celery sticks, you're eating nitrates. We don't have any nitrates in our product.
When you taste your stuff, I never had biltong before, it definitely tastes different. It feels more unprocessed. It just tastes like you're actually eating meat versus eating some type of compound of meat with a lot of flavor in there. Did you have to get used to that different flavor, or did you kind of pick up on it and enjoy it right off the bat?
I think anyone that picks up a bag of biltong is going to immediately tell the difference that this is not jerky. We get a similarity, like this is like our home. This is like what we make when we jerky our own. When hunters will come out, and we're big in the hunting community. They say, this tastes just like the jerky I make. I'm like, well, first off, there's no nitrates that you're covering up. So that's why it tastes like that. And, yeah, it tastes exactly like meat. I mean, DA, you're a big foodie. I've seen a couple of your Nomad casts, so you understand, like, there's a big taste component of this. You're tasting what it should taste like. It should taste like meat when you're eating a bag of steak. Yeah,
and, it's interesting because I think when you open up a package of something that looks like beef jerky, you assume that it's going to taste a certain way. And then I tasted what you guys had. I said, boy, this is nothing like I expected, but I really like it because it doesn't feel like I'm eating something that's flavored. And when I think about beef jerky, which I like, I'm thinking about, oh, you know what? I'm just eating or tasting whatever their chemical compound is for the flavor. I'm not actually tasting the meat there. And when I taste you guys and the Strive and the biltong, it actually tastes like, as you said, meat, which I think is a really good differentiator for you.
Yeah, we're basically just meat, vinegar, and spice in a bag, and that's exactly what you're tasting when you get there, and that's why we're actually getting a lot of people that were typically not jerky lovers are coming over. So we're very high skew with women, actually, because they don't like the toughies. Because when you open a bag of jerky, you got the pretty good pieces, and you got the tough, unbearable ones, and you got the dust at the bottom of the bag. Our bags, we slice after it's produced, so the pieces are all very tender. So when you bite into a piece of biltong, it's much more tender than a cooked, hard piece of jerky.
Is it great to be a taste tester in Strive? I mean, knowing you just get to eat as much as you want, like on the assembly line, I got to think that's a pretty amazing job.
Yeah, I might be the official tester for our company. That and my partner, Joe. Joe has a very specific taste, and I have eaten easily over 3 pounds of biltong in a day testing this stuff out. And just to let you know, for every 1 pound of biltong makes a half a pound. Or so it makes 2 pounds. So 2 pounds would go to 1 pound. So I ate 6 pounds of meat in one day. I'm not suggesting anyone do that. I at least work out where I sweat enough where that sodium doesn't bother me at all. But I wish I had this protein, because even when I was playing in the NFL, I was a very health-conscious lineman. I had a very low body comp for me being an offensive lineman. And I would struggle eating enough chicken breast in the day to I need to get 400 grams of protein in, which if anyone's truly counting how much it is ridiculously hard when you're eating chicken and trying to stay away from protein shakes that actually get real good sources of protein, that it is extremely hard. And I would basically eat to myself to where I would want to throw up. Oh. And if I had this product when I was playing, I could have easily got my protein content in for the day. And not only this, but this is like something that we could never put on our packaging, but our protein is never denatured because it's not cooked, right? So you don't have breakdowns of the protein, so you're actually able to absorb more protein with biltong.
Wow, that's interesting. Gabe Carimi is the founder of Strive Biltong Snacks, STRYVE. I know you can go to the website and find out more information and shop your products. Where else can our listeners get Strive products?
So we're on Amazon like any company nowadays. You know, Amazon's such a big player. We're at Walmart, CVS, Sprouts, 7-Elevens, Casey's. We're in a lot of areas. You could always go into our website and look at where we are locally. It'll have a store locator, but also Amazon and our web store are great places to find our product.
We've got our producer, Sean, who you spoke to over the phone before you came on, and he eats a lot. He really likes to eat copious amounts of food. I think we will have a Strive challenge, and we will feed him 3 pounds of Strive and see if he can make it through the day like you did.
You give me his address. I will send it. I will send you 3 pounds of, and maybe we have, because I really like our sticks. So we have 2 products. We have our sliced biltong, but we also have our sticks that dry in with 4 days. They're more kind of like a sausage that dries. It's very made similar, but you put it in a casing instead. Yep. And I ate 3 pounds of, because I really like our sausage and our biltong sticks. And the South Africans call them a drover, but we are teaching Americans biltong, so we just kind of kept the biltong stick.
Yeah.
Instead of drovers, because it has this little weird 2 dots over the O.
Okay.
And we're already like, okay, Americans, let's just get them on the word biltong as an air-dried product, and hopefully they'll kind of continue over like this. It's a stick version of it. I ate 3 pounds of that. The hatch green chili that we make, we use real hatch green chilies from Arizona. And it's only one specific valley that you can buy hatch green chilies, and the flavor just pops like no one's business. I ate 3 pounds of that one day.
That's amazing. I had one of the biltong sticks yesterday driving home. It was the original, but now I want to try the hatch green. So, yeah, we're going to watch Sean eat 6 pounds of your biltong on the show. Gabe Carimi.
Record it. Record it. We'll post it up there. I'm gonna. You give me the address after this. We'll send it. I'd love to see that.
All right.
I'll challenge him with it. We could do it. Maybe a live video feed. We'll see who can finish it first.
I like this idea. I'm going to put you on hold, and Sean will give you the information. Okay.
Sounds good.
Gabe Carimi joining us this morning here on the show. Good stuff. Former Outland Trophy winner at the Wisconsin Badgers football program, and now is turned to a life of biltong, air-dried beef snack.
And shouting out Nomad videos.
Yeah, how about that? How about that? So what do we think? Do you think Mraz can eat 6 pounds of beef?
Are you nuts? I just had to hang up the phone with Gabe. Are you nuts? You can't rent me out like I'm a bounce house at some kid's birthday party.
Yes, we can.
6 pounds of meat? I got a daughter at home I got to take care of. You trying to drive me to the ground?
How is your chase for losing 100 pounds before her first birthday going?
I was up 13, now I'm down another 2, so I'm plus 111.
Plus?
Wait, what?
Yeah, well, because you've got to lose 100.
I got to lose 100, so I'm 11. Okay. I'm 11 pounds heavier than the moment I said I was going to lose 100. But I was 13.
So you've only got to lose 111 pounds over the next 11 months.
And now you got me stuffing 6 pounds of meat that's been sitting at room temperature for 6 hours. With all due respect, I'm sure the Strive products are great, and I would try them. But that much meat? You can't just... Now the guy's ready to run a video stream with me. Come on, how about talk things out with me here? And now all of a sudden I'm Sean. You don't want to call me for 7 years Sean. Now I'm Sean when you need me to eat 17 pounds of food that looks like prosciutto, but it's really celery sticks or something.
You got that all wrong. I just didn't want to call you Mraz because you introduced yourself to him over the phone, I'm sure, as Sean.
Yeah, that's true.
If I would have said you just talked to Mraz, you'd be like, well, who is that?
Well, I said, this is DA's sidekick, Sean. How are you?
I'm CBS Sports personality.
But, I mean, really, you're treating me like I'm a petting zoo. You just roll up at any kid's birthday party. I know he's good to go. Here comes Sean. All right, whatever we need him to do. Oh, the juggler, put him in the dunk tank. Oh, we need him to eat 6 pounds of fried sticks that have shrunken down at 70 degrees.
This is just dawning on you now?
No, because usually it's hey, would you do this? You know, we talk
How do you
it
think
through.
we got this far?
Right.
We've been
We
promoted,
got this-
We've been promoted 4 times.
Right,
Radio
we got
personality.
this. We
It
got
ain't a
this.
mistake.
We got this far with you going, Mraz, would you do this? It takes me a couple seconds. Ultimately, I say yes. Times have changed.
Oh! Whoa!
What do you mean? I'm a father. I got a heart disease to worry about.
Oh, that's what has changed.
Yes.
Oh, I thought what has changed is that now you're a CBS Sports personality, a.k.a. sidekick.
CBS Sports Radio personality. I am. That being said, that doesn't mean I wouldn't do something for the good of the show. What it means is just run something by me. The guy's setting up video equipment now, Gabe Carimi is. He might FedEx overnight this. What am I supposed to do with that?
I'm not good with time, Sean. When you drank that like scummy coffee machine dispensed
I
water,
got paid $1,000 at a Boomer Esiason's
was your
pocket.
wife pregnant then?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
All right.
No. But look. Again, what's going to happen is now I'm going to have to pay it off for the good of the show, and that's not right to me. I'm going to have to go home, explain that to my wife, who was already unhappy yesterday when she saw the pictures of the ham sandwich saying she packed me lunch, packed me breakfast. I had to talk my way out of that. She got me saying after the Super Bowl I'm going through a boot camp for a month. I mean, now I'm going to be eating sticks.
We ate Death by Salsa, both Bogusch and I.
You lost the women's bracket. What did I lose here other than you calling me out live on the air to Gabe Carimi?
What changed? I want to know what changed.
Oh, we know
Mraz's
what
life.
changed.
What changed?
Big time.
Oh, no, I'm a
Too good
dad.
for
I'm a
this.
dad now. I'm a dad.
It is. I got to look at my sweet daughter's face and just burp up prosciutto like meat and go, this is how daddy makes his paycheck?
I mean, yeah.
You want your party at Chuck E. Cheese when you're 5? I got to keep eating 6
What?
pounds of beef jerky?
What do you think she is going to think you do?
That I come and I have hard takes about Eli Manning and we have good times.
You know, it's going to be amazing when Taylor grows up and is old enough to watch YouTube and watch all of these stunts that Mraz has pulled off over his 7-year career.
But at least he'll be skinny by then.
Falling forward, succeeding throughout his entire career simply because you have been willing to be the show pony. And now suddenly a line drawn in the sand. I can't be the show pony anymore. Things have changed.
I don't mean I can't be the show pony, but there comes a certain poundage we have to get to of meat that I can have. That's all I'm saying.
Mraz showed up to last year's corporate Christmas party shirtless, sliding down an inflatable slide.
Showed up. He didn't leave his Santa suit behind like some guy did this year. He showed up and thought, it'd be a good idea if I took my shirt off right now.
Not for the show. Not for the show. Just because that was his normal introduction. He's like, this is a good idea. It's a corporate party. I'll be shirtless, sliding down a slide at a sports bar.
But you know what? It worked because the bosses know his
Of
name,
course.
and they would walk over my body to get to the elevator still.
Anytime you could slap meats on top of meats,
His career arc is extraordinary within this company. They keep giving him promotions, more money, and more jobs. And now he's like, well, things have changed, okay? You won't see me shirtless at any corporate outings anymore.
my wife has asked me to keep my shirt on. I will still go above and beyond for the DA show. All I'm saying is run it by me before you volunteer me to eat 3 pounds of meat. That's all I'm saying.
Sorry, I thought the shirtless guy at the corporate Christmas party would be the guy that would eat beef jerky.
I guess.
So what amount of meat would you want to eat?
I don't know. It just depends on the day. But now I'm going to have to follow through because we have web streams getting set up here. It's good corporate dynamic. Chubby person.